Brutal Balance episode 2.
Pleasure.
It's obviously a bit of a sad moment. Was it Monday for Australian time?
Yeah, Monday this week. It was Australia Day, if I'm not mistaken, or the public holiday for Australia Day.
And obviously we're wearing our apparel here for a reason.
Yes, that's right. It's a tribute one of the all-time greats, and Kobe Bryant. He sadly passed away along with his daughter and seven others tragically in a helicopter accident.
It was a huge shock for everybody, and it's still flowing through the tributes. Tell me, let me ask you this. Where were you? Take me back to the moment you found out,
Well, I woke up roughly probably 7 a.m. that morning, and normally, first thing I'll do is look at my phone, which is just a bit of a bad habit, I guess. And I looked at about 5, maybe 10 notifications, and they were all threads, so group threads. So I'm like, oh wow, that's odd that I have so many
that early.
So anyways, the first one I opened up was actually, I had a picnic that day with the family, so I opened up, I guess I thought it might have been in relation to that, and it was from my cousin, who's not really he's not into basketball, and at quick glance, I'm all, obviously woozy, just woken up.
So you're still in bed?
Still in bed,
okay.
Woozy, still haven't, I'm not cohesive.
Yeah.
And
it's quite early to wake up, 7 o'clock on a public holiday.
A bit of an early bird.
You're an early bird,
yeah. So anyway, I look and I see this headline: Kobe Bryant dies 41, and immediately first instant sort of reflex
fake news.
Fake news. This is some sort of sick hoax, right? Then I didn't open the link, and I thought I'll quickly have a look at the others, and I looked there, and it's the same headline: Kobe Bryant passed away, 41, helicopter accident, and I click on the link. And it was just so surreal when, you don't believe it. You're thinking this is some sort of hoax. But then as you do more sort of navigating, go to your other sources, I went to, like ESPN, Hoops Hype, NBA on Bleacher, all these sites I generally visit quite often. And same thing there. And I was in disbelief, I was in a bit of shock. I mean, obviously I didn't know Kobe personally, but, I've been a fan of the sport my entire life. And Kobe's been a big part of that.
So did you actually, you're reading all this, did you immediately believe it?
No, to be honest with you, I still feel like it's not real, like it still hasn't really registered. I mean, it has, but at the same time you just think, Kobe has, I guess, been a big part of the game for so long, I remember when he came into the league, and even
17-year-old.
Yeah, and even post-career, retirement, he's still been a face of the NBA to a certain extent. And I'm a Laker fan as well. So it is, again, very sad, and I obviously feel for his
even when he comes to the Lakers games, it's like a festival. He doesn't come to many games, but when he does, he's got his daughter next to him. They're talking basketball, and it's a big thing for him to even just come to a game.
Definitely. Well, I think someone mentioned to me that he's been appearing at more games lately, a bit due to Gigi, his daughter, the one that passed away unfortunately. She's got a very big interest in the game. She loves the sport, and that was their sort of time to bond. So we started seeing a lot more home games at Laker games.
I think he's in Brooklyn again.
Yeah, that's right, and not just home games as well. He's still very much a face of the sport, even beyond his professional career.
I mean, the day before, obviously he was third all time on the scoring list. The day before, LeBron passed him. And that story that LeBron had, I don't know if you know the story, like Kobe came to one of his high school games. Do you know the story?
No.
Okay, so you're in for a treat. So LeBron is about 15 years old. Kobe comes to his game and gives him his shoes, a pair of his Kobe shoes. And they were one size too small, but LeBron wore the shoes in the game that day, even though they were one size too small. Like even,
that respect.
Obviously LeBron's still a teenager in high school, 15 years old. Kobe comes, can you imagine the mamba coming to your game? And LeBron at that point wasn't the LeBron now. Obviously he had a little bit of buzz, but he wasn't, no one knew he was going to be this good. So, and he was talking about that after the game. So the post interview after he passed Kobe, with the reporters, he was talking about how he wore those shoes, and it was a really beautiful story, you know. And he was talking about passing him, and I guess then the next day.
Yeah, so there's a passing the torch. Like Jordan passed the torch to Kobe, became the face of the sport, and I guess now you can truly say that LeBron, Kobe passed the torch to LeBron, and him also passing the scoring. It's just that sort of really embodies that whole passing the torch, so to speak.
And I think even like LeBron just passing Kobe, LeBron's not even a scorer. Like it's not his. It's not the highest part of his game.
No, he's really the epitome of an all-rounder. Really, he does a bit of everything, and he's been doing that his entire career. So
Look, Kobe, I think obviously he emulated Michael Jordan so much. Looks like him, 6'6", all the same moves. Obviously a bit more flow, and he enhanced the game more in aspects as you do. Upgrades exactly, but Jordan's in a different realm, but like you said, from Jordan it came to Kobe, and now he's no longer with us. He's going to be immortal. 41 years old. Who do you think is like a tragic deaths that they died sort of young? You think of Tupac. He never gets old.
That's right.
He's immortalized in your face. Pretty much he died a year before Kobe got drafted. So I think Tupac died in 1995. 96 was it? 96. Kobe got drafted in 1996. So obviously coming out of high school, Kobe, playing in Philly, Lowell Marion High School, he's a Philly boy. His father played in the NBA, Jelly Bean Bryant. I think he played 8 seasons. Then he went over to Europe. So he's got a basketball sort of family.
That's right.
Then you've got he's 17 years old. He tries out for the Lakers with Jerry West. Gets some players to come down. I think it was Michael Cooper or Michael Thompson that came down to try out with him, just to test him out. And after about a minute to 3 minutes, he schooled the player, the NBA pros, and Jerry West said, "No, we've seen enough." At 17.
It's crazy.
So from 17 years old, he obviously gets drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, and they pull off a deal with Vlade Divac at pick 13 to get him across.
It's genius of Dr. Bus, right?
The logo, Jerry West.
Jerry West, that's right. Jerry West.
Jerry West is GM.
That's right. I mucked that up. It's actually hindsight. Is something that's funny. You imagine trading Kobe
now
for Vlade. It's actually almost laughable. But at the time, Hornets thought it was a good move, and they obviously paid for it. He was in the league, for 20 seasons, all with the one team. So that's why he's regarded as the greatest Laker. Even though same thing with Magic as well.
Well, Magic says that Kobe is the greatest Laker. Kobe says Magic's the greatest Laker.
And Shaq actually, I don't know if he's
Shaq as well.
Shaq, I think, acknowledges that also Kobe is the greatest Laker.
Look, Lakers is Hollywood. And Kobe is kind of, he's the face, not the face of LA, but for a period of time, he was Mr. LA, and still, moving on from basketball, he's obviously, doing other things, and he had so much more to give. And what can you say? He's, like I said, he's going to be immortalized. Obviously, me on how I came across it was I was in bed just like you.
I think I messaged you. I would have been one of your messages for sure.
Didn't read it. I haven't checked them in because I got woken up by my wife in bed. She's like, "Kobe Bryant has passed away." I go, "No way." I'm like, just open my eyes and she's in my face. Kobe Bryant has passed away. I'm like, "What do you mean that Kobe Bryant's passed away?" And she's like, "No, he's died." I go, "Nah." I straight away got out of bed. And I started to, because I just got up, I was in such shock. Got out of bed. I hadn't seen your message, and I just went straight onto ESPN, and it was just there. He's died at 41 years old, and the tributes were already starting to come in. So it was like you had no time to even question it,
digest it.
It was just like you wake up, he's dead. It just goes to show like life is so short, and You know, it makes you think about your family.
100%.
It makes you think about your friends, people that are close to you, your wife, your parents.
It definitely helps put things into perspective, and not to take things for granted. Because, like you said, just one day before, he was acknowledging, giving props to LeBron for passing his record, and it's so gracefully as well.
Yeah,
he put it so eloquently, with his social media and also just the gestures. And then next day, just like that, he's gone. So definitely, I agree. I share that sentiment. It definitely helps. Things like this helps put things into perspective.
100%. Like even after he retired, you see him on like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all these sort of shows where he comes on to Alan, and he's such a laughable guy, huge smile,
very charismatic,
very handsome, and it looks like even though he was 41 years old, in all those sort of videos, he still looks like he can play. Looks tough, looks mean, not mean, but like looks in shape.
Yeah.
He just looks like he can come back on the court.
Because you do see a lot of NBA, a lot of athletes in general, post-retirement, they completely let go. And obviously, they're not training they're not training at anywhere near the level that they were. Obviously, Father Time kicks in, age and so on, but I think he definitely, you could tell he was looking after himself, not just physically but also mentally. It's one of those things. There's just no way you could have expected anything like this to happen. It's obviously a freak accident, and I think it's still a shock to a lot of people.
There really hasn't been like a shock. Like all the NBA players, the pros, the Hall of Famers, most of them are all alive.
Yeah, Shaq actually mentioned that in his speech. He goes, "I've got to see all the greats get old. Your Bill Russell, your Kareem,
still around."
And you've seen them just become sort of almost from athletes to now senior citizens. But we won't get to see that with Kobe. So again, like you said, he'll be sort of you'll always remember him like this as a sort of in his prime. Really,
he's a legend.
Yeah,
and he's I even got messages from people I haven't heard from in years saying, "Man, I feel for you."
Yeah, well, you're a big fan.
I was a huge fan. I still am a fan. Yeah. The shoes I'm wearing are Kobe.
Yeah.
I've got another pair of Kobe's, the high tops that I've only worn once. I can't bring myself to wearing them.
Yeah.
Because he's retired. All my T-shirts that I wear, like the dry fit, they're all Kobe.
Yeah.
I named my dog Kobe. So he's meant a lot to me. And like I said, I was getting messages and calls from people, which were like, "Man, we all love Kobe, but we knew you love Kobe," and it was such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's for people to reach out to me even, and say, "Look, we feel for you because you love him so much." He obviously died so young, but at the end of the day, he's going to be remembered. They're even talking about potentially on the way to work. I was listening to some people in the US, and they were saying that there is some chatter about potentially, because Jerry West is the logo.
Yes, that's right.
On the NBA logo, where is it? Do I have a logo here? I don't know if you can see it there's my logo right there.
I don't have one on this, which is...
No, it's on the bottom.
Oh, here we go, yeah.
So the logo is Jerry West, and Jerry West is like a father. He says that Kobe's like my son.
That's right.
I'm like a father figure. He's like my son. He was so emotional and beautiful, talking about Kobe.
Yeah.
The amount of love that this guy had, picked him up at 17, brought him into the league, drafted him, whatever, and for that many years just was there for him, even when he was in Memphis and different, doing other jobs. Jerry West, Kobe and him were still in very good contact, and he's obviously very saddened by it. Funny enough, he's the logo, and now there's some rumblings that they potentially would like to possibly change the logo to Kobe's silhouette, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it's a nice thought by the players and the people.
There's actually petitions going around, sort of to force, I don't know if you can force their hand, but to sort of really flag how much people want to see that.
I love Kobe, but I don't know if I love the logo silhouette of Kobe.
Yeah.
Like the Jerry West
one, it's a
great gesture.
Nice gesture, and you could even do it for a season, perhaps. There's a lot of ways to commemorate someone. Whether they do it or not, I'm not going to sort of, I won't be upset if the NBA decides not to do that. But it'll be a nice gesture, nice sentiment, no doubt about it.
But you've got to think also there have been other great players as well.
Of course.
I mean, yes, he's passed away, and I love him, and I'm mourning him. But obviously you've even got Jordan.
Also,
Kareem.
Yeah, and no one lives forever. They'll one day, But I just lost my train of thought actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't mind the fact that there are rumblings about it. But Jerry West to Kobe, I like because they are like one.
I've got a feeling Jerry West is actually
pushing it,
going to give it up, to actually request it.
Yeah.
But then there's also maybe rights in terms of revenue, and that can get tricky.
Because the NBA doesn't say that it is Jerry West. Because they'll have to pay him.
That's right.
So the money, once that sort of kicks in, obviously we can go on forever about the business side of it. But yeah, look, now the players are obviously they were doing the 24-second shot clock violation and then the 8-second violation to pay their respect, homage to Kobe.
Yeah.
So the players, the outpouring, they're all competitors, but every player who's relevant has spoken about him and shown their love, and it's just beautiful to watch and listen to.
Definitely, he had a massive influence on the league. A lot of players playing today would have grown up watching Kobe, just like we sort of grew up watching mostly Jordan. Kobe obviously watched Jordan growing up, and we sort of, I guess, a bit younger than him, but sort of in that similar age bracket, you could say. And a lot of these players,
is that generational great?
That's right. So your Trae Youngs, your Jason Tatum, they grew up idolising Kobe. And nice thing about Kobe was that he actually gave a lot back to the players. He was quite involved, gave them advice.
Yeah,
so he was very in touch.
In the summer.
That's right. He was very in touch with the current generation, and I think, definitely, I think it's very big impact on these players.
Yeah. Let's talk about his accolades.
Yeah, so very accomplished player, very decorated career. So obviously he was in the league for 20 years, which that alone is quite a feat. He also was an 18 times All-Star.
18-time All-Star out of the 20 years. Yeah.
4 MVPs in those.
I think he was he an All-Star as a rookie?
No.
You
actually have a look at his career stats early on. He took a little bit of time to develop. So he didn't come out you could say someone like Shaquille O'Neal, where his rookie season was...
Should have been a dream team.
Exactly right. It's almost like an MVP consideration.
Yeah.
Kobe took a little bit of time to develop, and I guess he was one of the first players to come straight from college into the league.
Actually, Jerry West traded Eddie Jones to make the coach start Kobe.
Okay. I used to like Eddie Jones as well.
Go on. So his accolades.
So 18 times All-Star, 4-time MVP of those games.
The All-Star game.
Yeah. 5 times NBA champion.
Sorry, you just reminded me about the All-Star. When Shaq and Kobe won the MVP of the All-Star game, obviously there's one trophy, and Kobe said, "Here you go to Sharif O'Neal. You take this one home," and gave the trophy, because there's obviously just one trophy at the time, gave it to Shaq's son.
Wow.
Give it back to the kids.
And he was very, very close with Sharif, and I think he actually messaged him just prior to him on the helicopter.
Exactly.
If I'm not mistaken. So,
and he would always check in with Sharif. He's had some health problems and blah, blah, blah. But he actually checked in, they spoke that morning, or SMS, or the night before. It was the last, basically, communication. So he was a 4-time All-Star. 5-time MVP.
5-time NBA champ, 2 times Finals MVP. His statistics, there's probably a bit more. I know he was also a
1-time MVP.
1-time MVP.
What about All NBA?
All NBA, 15 times All NBA. 12 times All Defense as well. So I think that's
so he's a two-way player. Offensive, defensive. So he was obviously he's an All NBA legend.
100%. And even add to that, not something that many NBA players always, I don't even know if one can say this, but he's also an Academy Award winner. Very, very accomplished.
Was Deer Basketball? Was that what it was called?
That's right. I think so. Yeah. So that's available. I think you can watch that on YouTube. Is that right?
You can find it. Pretty easily.
So a great career. And again, it's a huge loss, not just to the league, but just to the sport, to the global sport. It's sort of being felt everywhere.
Let's talk about, also I just have to say, what a clutch shooter.
Especially in his prime. I found, he was...
He could go in the post.
He
He could take you off the dribble. He's got your fadeaway jump shot. He's got your three. And when he hits a three, normally it's 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah.
You know, when you need
a bit of a streaky guy.
Well, he might not have had all the most amazing game winners. I mean, remember that Christmas Day one with Dwayne Wade draped all over him, top of the key, passes it in, dribbles to the top of the key, banks it home in Dwayne Wade's face. So he's had his moments, obviously.
What are your favourite moments, Kobe?
In terms of highlight reel moments, I've got probably 2. I love the one I think it was the conference finals, early 2000s, with Pippen all over him. He had his fro wearing number 8. Dribbles at top of the key and alley-oops it to Shaq. And that was and Shaq dunks it, and they're running through the crowd, And it was a very huge moment in the game, which took them and they won the game.
That's right. And it went on to win that league that year.
Yeah, they won the whole thing. Yeah. So then you've got, obviously, there was a dunk. This is a bit later on, wearing number 24. He dunked on, I think it was the Brooklyn Nets, Brook Lopez and I don't know who else was there, but he dunked on 3 guys. Top of the key, just jammed it home. That was just a moment I'm remembering now, obviously off the fly. Then you've got his 62
points, in 3 quarters.
That one, I'm not sure. What's that one?
So he got 62 points in 3 quarters.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he could have continued on, and who knows, maybe even chase Wilt Chamberlain's record. But he said, I'm going to have another opportunity to do this. And I think a few weeks later, if I'm not mistaken, he scored 81 points.
Against Toronto.
Yeah, which is just amazing. In the modern era, to do 81.
Plus, he scored 81 to win the game. It wasn't just jacking up shots like Devin Booker when he dropped 70. They won the game. They were down. They were down in the 3rd or 4th quarter, and he just kept pushing, and then they won that game. So it was like a needed push as well. Obviously, at that time, Shaq had left. The Lakers were sort of, not the best team. So you pretty much only had, Kobe doing a lot of the work. Obviously, then you've got his final game.
His final game, that was what a way to go out. Mamba out, mic drop. That was just an amazing performance at that age. To come back from Achilles surgery as well, so we've got to acknowledge that too. But that was just an amazing performance. Was it 60 points?
61.
60. I think the funny thing is,
still 61.
Shaq, I think, said get 50. He topped it by an extra 10. So that's a nice. You can tell they were very competitive, despite being, obviously teammates. There's always that competitive nature between the two, which probably led to them having a bit of a falling out. Not falling out, but they obviously butted heads on a few occasions, just like brothers do.
Look, when you're 2 top players, MVP caliber players, it's things don't always work out. Look at Kevin Durant and Westbrook, both MVP players now that they didn't work out.
You can argue that they won 3 titles, almost 4 in a row. So almost that their relationship, that dynamic, might have been the fuel to to that engine. So
Shaq always says we would have won 10 if we stayed together.
Yeah, that's right. I could, you could definitely make an argument there.
That game as well, that last game, obviously I've watched it probably 3 or 4 times. That whole game, I'm obsessed with it. They were down.
Against Utah.
They were down, and Kobe just went Mamba. His mentality, Mamba mentality. This guy does not stop. He has focus. He has a goal. If he had a shit game, he would. Paul Pierce was saying today or the day before. He had a shit game, and after the game, rather than going home, he put up shots. And then the truth, Paul Pierce said, "I'm going to do that from now on." Paul Pierce got that nickname from Shaq after that playing with Kobe. That's what gave him the name. I think he must have bet Kobe in the game, or maybe the finals. I'm not sure if it was a bit earlier.
Could have been,
But that's how he got the nickname. So he's affected so many people. But back to his mentality. This guy is a workhorse. He focuses. He puts his mind to it. Relentless. And this Mamba mentality is there's a bit of a wave I'm feeling.
I think it's picked up even more traction now.
It's that determination. Like if you want to make it. If you do it half-assed, you ain't gonna make it, man.
That's right.
If you do anything, whatever job you're doing, whatever career you're doing, playing basketball,
what epitomizes Mamba mentality for me personally, and I was going to add this to the best moments, which I agree with all the ones you mentioned. The no flinch, Matt Barnes ball fake. Kobe's just in his grill, just no flinch, just he's in the zone, you know. That again, just
Did not flinch.
did not flinch. I know there's videos where they can argue that he didn't
Matt Barnes
flinch.
said it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, you know.
And Matt Barnes is a tough guy, and he's not a fake
He's a
tough
dog.
guy in the NBA. He
You know what
knows
I'm fucking around with him.
game recognized game, as they say, right?
Yeah.
But
Love Matt Barnes.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Love Matt Barnes.
Didn't he chase Derek Fisher from New York to LA because he
My
was
God, because he was with his ex or whatever, with the
that's
kids.
Mamba mentality right there.
Yeah, Derek Fisher, what a dickhead. He's a dickhead.
Look, yeah.
But Matt Barnes, you don't fuck with him.
No.
Even his mate, Stephen Jackson, looks like a nutter as well. They're like a nice mesh.
Yeah.
Stephen Jackson.
Yeah.
We're getting a bit off topic here, but Stephen Jackson, the Malice and Palace. You know, with Ron Artest. Again, Kobe's had some dogs play Ron Artest. Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
So that moment is one of your.
I just like
Epitomizes
Mamba mentality. Never back down, believe in yourself. I know I'm probably getting, sort of expanding beyond just one sequence on a basketball court, but again, I just think that epitomizes what he stood for, what the Mamba mentality stood for.
Yeah, so you've got that Mamba mentality. Like I said, there's a wave sort of coming through. He's got his Mamba Academy, and that's where he was going to, again, for basketball.
Yeah.
Or some tournament.
Yeah.
He was still behind the scenes in terms of every sort of fan, looking in.
Yeah.
But in terms of the community, like Kenny Smith, his daughter plays in the Mamba Mentality tournament.
Yeah.
And they were going there to play his daughter's team.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's just so many connecting things. And the actual accident, hopefully they look into it, the fog.
Yeah.
What happened there, So, look, he's had an amazing career. He'll be immortalised, and he's left so much to the game and the people and the fans and the NBA.